Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you got another video. Y'all first time finding my channel, you guys hit the subscribe button. Also, the video. Yes, today I will be finally reviewing the new Jurassic World film that just came out. Now, I also have to say that I will be reviewing Lightyear. You know, so I'm super excited to see Lightyear. I'll be reviewing that very soon, so you guys definitely check that out too. But really quickly, man, this review will be full of spoilers, so look up a spoiler warning. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, please click away. I know a lot of reviews out right now aren't spoiler free, you know what I'm saying? This one's not, so spoiler warning, y'all been warned. Now, when it came to like the other Jurassic Park films, you know, I just really wasn't a big fan of it, especially the Jurassic World films. When it came to those films, I just really wasn't the biggest fan of those. Now, did this movie completely turn me around? Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Now, one thing I will say is that as the viewers, and especially if you've been there for a while, especially going to Jurassic World, you know what I'm saying? We all know, we're all used to Chris Pratt, aka Owen, in these movies, and how dynamic he is, how he takes over movies, right? How, you know, he's leading in every movie he's pretty much in, but especially when it comes to the Jurassic World movies, he's pretty much leading these also. Now, the thing I kind of liked what this film did was, if you really take a step back and you really look at this film, you're like, wait a minute, Chris Pratt, he's in a lot of scenes, but you have to second guess yourself. But you're like, is he the main person here? Now, as I say that, you're like, Cobra, you're an idiot. Yes, of course he's the main person. I was thinking to myself, is Chris Pratt the main person, or was who I really enjoyed coming back, the original people from the original Jurassic Park films? You know, Jeff Blogum, Laura, I think Darren, that's how you say it, Laura, and Sam. You know, were they the main characters? Because, you know, like, if you've seen this movie, you know, like I have, you'll know that the movie kind of starts, like, the movie doesn't even start with Chris Pratt. It starts to get in, we're getting introduced to what these people have been doing with their lives, like what they've been doing for these last couple years, you know, that we haven't been following them. Oh, we're catching up with Sam. Oh, we're catching up with Alan. My fault. We're catching up with Alan and seeing what he's been up to. You know what I'm saying? We're catching up with Ellie. We're seeing what she's been up to, right? And then they go off and they go find Jeff Goldblum's character, Malcolm. So that's what I did appreciate. Now, what I really would have appreciated is if they kind of would have just hid these three. They could have definitely dropped a trailer where they did not need these three in there. You know, I think that would have been a huge surprise for people that have just been diehard Jurassic Park fans. I think if they just would have completely hid these three in the trailers and even in the marketing or anything like that, I think it would have been such a huge surprise in the theaters when people actually see this movie. But they don't, and, you know, so whenever they show up, and they always show up in these cool ass scenes, but that's everybody, you know, in this movie. Like, when everybody gets introduced, they're always doing something. Let's go. You know, it's always some stupid dialogue line and how they all, and that's always, these characters are always so cool and slick on how they do certain things. That's one big drawback I have with Jurassic World and the whole entire series as a whole. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I will say I did really enjoy these three coming back, man. I think this is what Jurassic World needed. The whole series. I think this is what it needed, was these three coming back and reprising their roles, and not even just reprising it, refreshing their roles, or I don't know how to even say it, but, you know, like, by far, y'all know me, Jeff Goldblum, he's my favorite character in these Jurassic Park, Jurassic World films. You know what I'm saying? I love his character because his character, he's the honest character, but at the same time, he's straight up comic relief. Like, there's a moment where, like, something happens and you're thinking of a certain thing, and you're like, wait a minute, is that a goddamn dinosaur on your shoulder? And, like, I'm thinking that, and then Jeff Goldblum's character, Dr. Malcolm, ends up saying it. So that's why he's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Because he whatever I'm thinking, he says it. You know. But I really did like all the characters coming back and reprising their roles. Man, y'all already know, man. Chris Pratt, Chris Pratt does what he does, man. I always enjoy Chris Pratt in like every film he's in. I think he's very charismatic. He's a really great leading role type of person. You can put him with a lot of people, and the chemistry that he provides with other actors, I just think he does so well. He has a really great part in here with another lady. I don't think I have her name. Actually, I might have her name. I think I do have her name. But these two end up going off and they're doing their own thing. Let me pull up her name really quickly while I'm talking about Chris Pratt. I know I kind of went off a little bit, but it's Chris Pratt, and there's a really cool scene with these two together. When they're like on the plane and they have to get off the plane together. I don't think it's in the trailer at all. But there's a really cool scene in the movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about because you guys probably seen the movie. But it's a really cool scene with Chris Pratt, and I think her name is Dawana Wise. I believe that's how you say her name. They're both on this ice rock place, and it's like there's a dinosaur chasing them, and they have a really cool scene with how they get out of this certain thing with this dinosaur chasing them. So I think they really did those too well. But like I said, Chris Pratt, you could put him with anybody, and I think he does great with anybody. You know, that's just Chris Pratt to me. He's one of my favorite actors. So I really did enjoy him, man. It's crazy because I gotta say this. As much as I said that, as much as I'm giving this movie praise in the beginning, I'm gonna go back and forth with the praising and what I didn't like. So we gotta talk about something I did not like. Man, when it came to this movie, I will say 90% of this movie is literally nothing but this. This movie, if you guys didn't see there, this movie is very repetitive, you know, and that's the biggest flaw I have with these Jurassic World movies. I even told a friend before the movie started, the biggest problem I have with these Jurassic World films is that all these movies do to me is just introduce bigger dinosaurs with the same mediocre plot. You know, the new Jurassic World movie. Wow, we're gonna introduce an even bigger dinosaur than we did in the last movie. You know, that's all I see from these Jurassic World movies and even park movies. I'm just like, I want better, you know. But you know, it's kind of the same way here. It's just, this movie's very repetitive. Like I said, 90% of this movie is just the characters running away from dinosaurs, man. Y'all might as well call this movie Jurassic World Run Away from Dinosaurs, you know, because that is 90% of this movie. 90% of this movie is them literally running from dinosaurs the entire time. And it was a certain point to me where I feel like, wow, this is all y'all got here. You know, wow, you introduced these new dinosaurs in the movie, and it's crazy. I gotta talk about a villain. She disappeared throughout the entire film. She just walked out the movie. I'll talk about her in a little bit. But yeah, they introduced these new goddamn dinosaurs in the movie, and like you can if she puts a laser on you, they just try to hunt you down and they track you down. And what they do with them at first is really cool because you're like, okay, this is kind of something new because you're kind of controlling these dinosaurs and they can do certain things. So this is really cool. But it's like, oh, here they are. These dinosaurs right here. But it's like after a while, I'm like, man, this is so repetitive. And it gets really, really stupid with these dinosaurs. Now, this is where I talk about spoilers, right? So we have a scene right here. As you see, Owen, aka Chris Pratt, is on a bike running away from these dinosaurs, right? That means this bike is going at least 60 miles an hour. At least 60. He's running away from these dinosaurs on a bike. That's at least 60 miles an hour, right? Now, at the same time, what the movie does is it cuts back and forth between him and Charlie, I think I started saying him, as Bryce Howard. They go back and forth between these two, and she's running away from one of the dinosaurs on foot, right? The dinosaurs are keeping up with Chris Pratt, and he's on a bike going 60 miles an hour. These dinosaurs damn near head to head with him, right? But when it comes to her on a rooftop, this dinosaur just can't keep up. And I'm just like, there is just certain things in this movie that don't make sense. I know I'm kind of going off rail here. But it's like, if you see it, you're going to think to yourself, I know this is a Jurassic World movie, and I know I got to turn my brain off for some moments, but there's just some moments where I'm like, nah, come on now. You telling me these dinosaurs can keep up with a dude on a bike that's probably pushing 100 miles an hour, but you can't keep up with this girl that's literally just running. Like, come on, bro. Whatever. I just like, man, F all that, bro. Um, but yeah, what they do with these certain dinosaurs, I think it's really cool, but they don't really go too far into it because it's kind of like, yeah, they capture them and then that's it. One of them in the freaking dying and falling for goddamn plane. But I was just like, damn, I wish he would have kind of stuck around with these one dinosaurs before. And it was crazy because in the first act of the movie, they're kind of getting wild because it's kind of like all the dinosaurs are going free in the beginning of the movie, and I'm like, okay, what are they taking? What are they taking? Is this gonna be a movie where like all dinosaurs pretty much just go crazy and stuff like that? I'm like, okay, I'm down to see a full on movie like that, you know. But it's just man, it's just some stuff in the movie. You just sit there and you're like, this doesn't make any sense, y'all. I know it's a dinosaur movie, but let's not turn this into Fast and Furious now. Come on now. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the pacing issues in this movie because there is a couple of pacing issues, but I really won't get too deep into it because I don't have the best examples. But there is a very couple of pacing issues there where it's like there's some scenes where it's like it's fast and it's kind of like slow. It's just really where you kind of have to see it. So I really won't get too deep into that. Man, another problem I have with this movie, man, is, and I was telling this dude I was sitting next to, man, I'm like, dude, the dialogue in this film to me is god awful. Oh my god, I'm sitting there and I'm like, bruh, maybe I just can't remember the other films. I know I watched the last two, but I'm sitting here watching this one and I'm like, man, is no one acting like a human being right now? Everyone in this movie just has to have cool lines, you know, and they have to have cool scenes, you know. I'm like, bruh, can someone not act normal? You know, I'm just that's just maybe a little nitpick on me. But as you sit here and you watch the film, you will probably be like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Like everyone has to have some type of cool line. You know, I'm just like, even when there are scenes where it doesn't really need a cool dialogue line, they'll still throw it in there to try to fit it in. And I'm like, no, like y'all don't need this here. Like act normal. You know, I know people in the comment section like, Cobra, shut up. But it's just when I watch this movie, it's just certain stuff like that just completely bothers me. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. I do want to talk about another cool character though that I saw. I think she did a great job. She's young, but I believe, let me get her name right. Isabella Sermon, I think is how you say her name. She does a really great job. She's like their adopted daughter, and I think she does a really great job because she has. I can't remember if she's in the last one. Let me know if she was in the last movie. She would have to be because of how many connections they made to the last film with her. You know, so she had to be in the last one. But I think she really takes more of a commanding role in this one because of the fact that this one deeply ties into her mother. You know, in this film, they kind of go through that her mother created her all on her own, and she got pregnant without no guy. It was just she just got straight up pregnant. So the movie very much ties into her mom and then her finding out about my mom was this great person and she did all this. So I really did appreciate Isabel Simone. I think that's how you say her name. She's right here. She did a really great job. Especially there's some scenes where she has to bounce off of other actors. And I think she really does that well in the film. So I really definitely kudos to her. Now, I do want to talk about something really quick. Just while we're on characters, I know y'all. While we're on characters, I do want to talk about a stupid character. Actually, this whole thing was just stupid. So yes, when it comes to Jurassic Park and even different movies, they always have these villains in the movie, right? There's always these certain villains. Oh, here are these two together. This is what I was talking about earlier with these two, like a really cool. I know this is off track, but this is what I was talking about earlier with these two. And they had like, this really cool scene on the ice with Chris Pratt and Dewanna Wise. But this is the villain in the movie. I don't even know his name. I don't even care to know his name, dude. I think his character was written so bad. They don't have him in the trailer, but it's pretty much his organization, and he's trying to do things with these dinosaurs. And it's kind of like, yo, why are the villains so stupid in this movie? Like I said, I can't even find him in the trailer. I don't even think he's in the trailer because I mean he's not that goddamn important. But there's this villain in the movie. And you meet him early on, because he's talking about what he wants to do and how he wants to get these dinosaurs and do all this stuff. And like I said, I don't know. I don't think I could find his name. But yeah, he plays a villain in the film, and I thought all the villains in this movie were very stupid. There's a part, and like I said, it's spoilers, where what's her name? Elizabeth Stramone gets captured, right? Because like I said, with her mother, and this movie's very tied into her mother. She gets captured in the film, right? And she gets abducted and taken to this enemy lab, right? But it's like these dudes are so dumb. Like no one like. First of all, these villains show them incriminating evidence that if she ever got out, she could completely use against them. You know, and then the fact that like both of the villains just walk away. They just let's have a little talk over here, and they walk away. And what do you think she does if she's by herself? She around and escapes. I'm like, this doesn't make it. I'm like, y'all are villains, right? Y'all kidnap this girl against her will, but Lord forbid we gonna walk away and let her just escape like it's nothing, you know? And I thought maybe this was what their plan all along. No, they just retarded. It's just like, bro, y'all couldn't have written no better villains than that. I don't know, man. This is also a kid's movie, so whatever. I'd say it's a kid movie, but that ties into my next point. Man, the one thing I really got to praise about this movie, and I praise the rest of the movies the same way. These effects on these goddamn dinosaurs, boy. This is where everybody comes for, man. Man, the dinosaurs look so good in this movie, but they always look good in the movie. Am I saying something new? I ain't saying nothing new. Y'all know these dinosaurs. That's what everybody coming to see. The effects on the dinosaurs, how they look. And I think, yes, once again, they look so good, especially like the noises you'll see some of the dinosaurs make and their footstep and how it matches up and everything. I'm like, dude, that just looks so like, yes, these amazing shots they'll have. This just looks so cool. You know, that's how people are coming to see these movies. They don't care about no goddamn plot. They just want to see some goddamn dinosaurs fight each other. So yeah, man, I definitely, the way they look, the way they breathe, I thought the effects on a dinosaur, and that's what people are gonna go see this movie for. Yeah, it's how the dinosaurs look, and yes, they look amazing, just like they did in the other films, man. Another thing I gotta say, I don't even think a lot of reviewers won't even talk about this that much. But I thought the sound design was really good, just not on the dinosaurs, but even like the soundtrack they used when like I said, they might not, reviewers might not talk about this because I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it was just something that I saw and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really a lot of attention to detail right there. Whenever the original characters ended up popping up in the film, and you guys see the original people pop up, the people from the Jurassic Park films, like Sam, Jeff Goldblum, and all that, their soundtrack that they used with them, I thought was really well done. Like you would have to really listen to the movie, but they kind of mixed the old soundtrack with the new soundtrack when these new characters popped up, and I'm like, oh my god, they really did that, and it sounds so cool. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people were gonna really notice that, but I just did. I was sitting there like, okay, I see y'all. I still hear the old soundtrack, but it's also twisted with that new thing. And I really did like that when the new characters popped up. It was just a little something I really enjoyed. And it's those little things I care about when I review a movie and when I see a movie. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything? Oh my god! I'll talk about the ending in just a second. How the ending of the film makes no sense at all. I'll talk about that in just a second. But there is a character in this movie, boy, and tell me if I'm lying or not, y'all. There is a character in this movie. It's a she, and she wears like this white dress. I don't even think she's in the freaking trailer at all. But there's this chick in a white dress in the film. And like she kind of looks like the girl from Hobbs and Shaw a little bit, but she pops up in the film and something happens, and I don't believe she got killed off, but it was kind of like she just left the film. Like, she didn't get killed off, nothing like that. She just left. And like, maybe I'm tripping, y'all. People that have seen the movie, let me know in the comment section down below. Did she get killed off? Because I don't believe she did. I think she just left the film. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm not. Who knows? But that was just like a little nitpick. Oh, that's what I'm talking about thing really quickly too. Man, these Jurassic World films, like, they're kids movies to a certain extent, but then there's just some points where it's like, oh my god, that kill was so like gruesome. Jesus. You know, it's like, god damn, you know, like, especially there's a kill at the end of the movie, spoiler review, with these dinosaurs. It turns into Godzilla versus King Kong at the end of the movie, y'all. It's these three dinosaurs and they're fighting each other. Like I said, it turns into Godzilla versus King Kong. But it's like there's this one dinosaur with like these long arms, right? And it's like this the big, they say, oh, it's the biggest dinosaur. They're going against the biggest dinosaur in the world that mankind knows about, right? And it's the other dinosaur there too. And the other dinosaur just pushes the big dinosaur into the other dinosaur's claws, and he just kills him like that. He's like, and I'm like, damn, that was gruesome. I did not see, like, the whole entire theater I was with was like, oh my god, you know. So, you know, you gotta appreciate certain things like that, because like I said, it is the kids' movie. Jurassic World is definitely, you can just see the tone of the film. The tone of the film just screams, this is, we made this pretty much for kids. Like, it screams that. But then there's just some certain points where it's like, when the dinosaurs get to killing people, you like, holy crap. Now, another really quick thing I talk about, don't talk about the ending. I hate this when the movie does this. So throughout the entire film, we all know our main characters, right? Our main characters, like I said, 90% of the film is them consistently running away from dinosaurs, right? That's 90% of the film for everybody. It's just they're consistently running away from dinosaurs. But in this movie, when the dinosaurs should have killed off one of the main people, they always hesitate. But when it comes to the main villain of the movie, the dinosaurs don't give a flying F, and they just kill him off instantly. But I'm like, wow, these dinosaurs, like, it's like these dinosaurs had a talk with one another, and they're like, oh yeah, if y'all see them, we can't kill them off, but this guy, we can get his ass. Because it's like the main villain of the movie, at the end of the movie, he gets killed off, right? And you're like, wait a minute, if that was a main character, or if that was like one of the good guys, he wouldn't have got killed off, because of the fact that there are so many times in this movie where these good people, I'm being realistic, should have been killed, but they're not, because they're good guys. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it family oriented, and we gotta keep everybody happy, have that good ending. Now, going into the good ending, like I said, it says spoilers. I'm about to spoil the ending of the movie. So the ending of the movie is the most stupidest, most rushed crap I've ever seen in a while. So the ending of the movie, pretty much, like I said, this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and they still found some way to rush the ending. So the ending pretty much is like all dinosaurs and regular animals like elephants or sharks, and everybody getting along with one another now. And like, why do they all get along together? Because the movie wanted a happy ending. They don't set it up that well. And actually, I don't think they set it up at all. If I'm being realistic with you. Like, at the end of the movie, they show this goddamn shark being friends with a freaking whale, and it doesn't make any sense at all. And I'm like, wow, they really did this just to create this happy ending when they did not spend the entire film working on that. Maybe if you would have spent the whole film going through and being like, okay, we're gonna show progress with these animals and these dinosaurs, and by the end of the movie they'll be friends, it would have worked. But the point that you really rushed this ending and you just to create a happy ending like that is like, no. Look, I didn't want to be in there any longer than I was already in there, but come on, bro, this don't work. Man, look, maybe I'm being hard on the film. I've really been dragged out on these Jurassic World films. I think the plots are very mediocre. I just think what they really excel and what they're really good at is what they know they're good at, and that is the dinosaurs and even the gruesome kills, the amazing shots they can do with these dinosaurs. the sound design behind the dinosaurs, you know, like the breathing and all that. They know they do that well, and they know that's why people will want to come and see it. So I can't fault them. I really think if you were a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World fan, especially Jurassic Park with the original people coming at in this one, I really think you'll really enjoy this film. My problem will be the new people that come in. You know, people like me that maybe are dragged out by this type of series. You know, what would y'all thoughts be on this? And my thought and my rating would be, I think this is an all right movie. You know, I think I'm trying to put this the best way as possible. Possible. I think if I was a diehard fan, I think I would enjoy this film because I'm already knowing what I'm already expected to know. You know, I know what I'm getting myself into when I see this film. But I think someone like me and my rating, I think I'm giving this, and I'll probably give it a good 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's not a bad movie, but there's just ways and there's a lot of steps that this movie could have been better. This is one of those movies where it's like I see these little glimpses of promises, but they don't go anywhere. You know, I think maybe if they would have centered the plot around all these animals getting together, I think that would have worked a lot better. But the point that they just literally rushed it at the end of the film, to me, don't work. You know, I mean, I could be going too hard. I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this movie. Man, if you guys have seen it, please put it down below, man. Tell me your thoughts. Did you guys like it more than me? Did you guys hate it more than me? You know, put it down below. Y'all first time finding my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Also, like the video. It really does help. And we'll see you guys in the next one, man.